Thanks. So I want to talk about two efforts that we're going to staff here in Warsaw. First one is vector search. So vector search is like a critical key step in neural information processing. I usually start with a corpus, maybe a couple billion items, right? So I've done this for many years in ads. You have billions of ads, you put them in an index, you use approximate nearest neighbor search, and then you take like a succession of re-rankers and optimization functions to, in the end, find the best ad, find the best content recommendation, or like you do semantic search. So we have a great in-house solution. We call it Scan. That's the external name. It's open source. It's the fastest, most scalable, really most cost-effective solution that I know of. And you can see ANN benchmarks, right? We beat really everyone there. And we have a cloud managed solution, right? That's what we call Vertex AI vector search. On top of like the basic algorithm, really, we do all the convenience functions, right? You have incremental indexing, so you don't actually have to rebuild your ANN index. Like if you use some of the other open source tools, right? That's like you take your docs, you run the optimization thing or the indexing function, and then you use it. With the hosted version, you just like add documents and you can search right away. You have filter predicates. There are ways to sort of ensure like a diversity of results. And what I mean by that is you might have a great match on, say, a certain domain, but you want to include like other domains. That's for example, in an ad system, that's an important quality, right? You don't want to throw ads from a single advertiser. And obviously there's auto scaling, so like the system grows and shrinks with your demand. So this space is really heating up, right? So apparently there's been like 187 million in investment in startups in 2023. All the large players, all the hyperscalers have some solution. And yeah, you see like a list of startups, small and larger, that have a capability here. Right? There's a lot of growth. And you know, Pinecone said this is long-term memory for large language models. And so this obviously makes this like the key component. And we've heard like all the work that Vlad and Neta are doing in the end, right? That there's like some embeddings, it goes into a vector store and contributes to the final result set and the answer. So our focus really, and that's where we need your help, right, is we want this to be the fastest, most relevant and most scalable solution. It has to be absolutely easiest to use, right? A lot of people want to integrate this tool in their custom end-to-end stack, and it really has to be like easy to integrate, and it has to be the best building block. So there's a lot of work in that area. It's already fast, but all the other areas have a ton of rough edges that we need your help with. And the second effort is Vertex AI Search on Google Distributed Cloud. So Vlad mentioned earlier that a lot of the enterprise search capabilities are built on web search tech. Google Distributed Cloud is Google's sort of open source Kubernetes and Istio-based cloud offering that sort of aims to provide the same convenience, reliability, scalability as Google public cloud, but on your own premises, right? So there's different versions. I don't go into detail. I think we're a little over time already. So one of the options is Google Distributed Cloud Hosted, which is, it's optionally fully air-gapped. So it's like you're completely in control of this. There's no phoning home to Google. You can have it on your premises. You can have it from like a handful of racks to maybe 100 racks. And it's like a fully integrated software and hardware stack designed by Google and maintained by Google or a partner or the customer themselves. So Vertex AI obviously has been a highly requested feature on this platform. And there are already some services available, like in addition to like the basic cloud things like networking, storage, and so on. There's been translation, OCR, speech, text, workbench, and so on. And now, finally, search is going there as well. So what is Vertex AI Search for Kubernetes or for GDC? It's really a run anywhere, out of the box enterprise search solution. It's OSS compatible. It offers AI capabilities, semantic search, answer generation, and we're really aiming for answer quality that is compatible or comparable with our public cloud offering, where we have all the fun things that Vlad talked about, right? Gemini driven quality signals and so on. I'll talk a little more about the challenges that we have in this platform. And obviously, it really is about enabling these generative AI capabilities, especially retrieval augmented generation. There's a lot of demand with the customer segment that is looking for Google Distributed Cloud. Maybe I should mention, right, these are highly regulated industries or public sector that have data residency requirements that are sort of at odds with our public cloud offering, right? They really want to keep at least the data plane and sometimes even the control plane on premise. So this is sort of the main driver for GDC. Yeah, so Vertex AI Search is a managed service on GDC. And it really tightly integrates with the rest of the Vertex AI platform, using things like LLM generation or any sort of prediction services, even translation, OCR services, and offers document storage, so you can ingest your documents or maybe your Jira tickets or any other sort of data that you want. It has state-of-the-art ranking and all these services, and also uses all the foundational platform services of GDC, like compute, storage, databases, and so on. So this is what we need to build and where we need your help. So other than our public cloud offering, this is a completely self-contained implementation based on some first-party code and some open source technology, right? So we have to build all the things that we heard about earlier, like document understanding, query understanding, without relying on any service provided web search, but that really run on your premise. And so, yeah, no dependencies on the Google proprietary cloud. And another interesting challenge is this has to run in a rack scale environment. So at Google, we're a little spoiled. Yeah, what is one TPU, right? But our customers, if you talk to them about, well, you need to add 2 more H100, then maybe they are a little bit concerned, right? So also has to be cheap to run. Some interesting challenges on the modeling side, right? We are not that great yet at releasing Google scale models, right? I think Gemma was our first attempt at doing that, really open sourcing. I think here we're looking at sort of a middle ground where we're okay with releasing a model out of the fully Google controlled environment to a customer controlled environment with some contractual constraints. But really a lot of interesting work to make that happen in that new environment. And then the GDC platform itself has a lot of interesting aspects on how identity is managed, how security is managed. Obviously these customers are very concerned about security, and they might also have requirements on auditable software supply chain and so on. And then finally, this thing does not run in isolation, right? These customers have probably dozens or hundreds of systems that are within their network perimeter of the GDC that we want to integrate with, right? You might have a local Jira deployment or some database or just a file system that you want to index over. And these things also all need to be built out. And yeah, so we're staffing vector search and GDC here in Warsaw.